We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Ian. Ian has discovered a distortion issue with his RBH Impression Series Center speaker. During a particular moment in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers Extended Edition. I love the Lord of the Rings. I love the extended editions. I can no longer afford the time in my life to try. Like every time I think about that, it just makes me so sad. You know, I have never seen one of the Hobbit movies, and I can't for the life of me bring myself to do it. I can't bring myself to do it. If you bought them for me, I still could not watch them. I don't think. I can't do it. Anyways, there's some pretty heavy, severe distortion during the for the duration of this sound, and the sound begins at 3 hours, 8 minutes, and 30 seconds. If anyone wants to test it for themselves, 3 hours. And later during the Return of the King as well, much of the male dialogue also caused this distortion. He was watching at reference volume. His first thought was a tweeter distortion, but he's determined that by applying pressure with his hands at various places on the speaker, it seems that to be a resonance issue, maybe with the left woofer and the front baffle. He tightened the screws as much as he felt comfortable without risking over-tightening, and it helped, but didn't solve the issue completely, so he tried adding 2 extra screws, replacing 2 of the existing screws with longer ones, but the resonance was still persisting, and it seems to be getting worse over time. He's emailed RBH for their advice, wanting to know what we thought. Have we ever had an issue like this, and do we have any advice on fixing it? You did the right thing by calling RBH. That's what your problem is right there. That speaker don't be broken. That's what we call it. That's what we call that. That speaker be broke. And in fact, while we were doing this podcast, he did email us.
He did.
It's
yes,
right here.
He sent it into RBH. Yeah,
he did send it back to RBH. And he's running a Phantom Center right now. So, and he's going to have some thoughts on what that Phantom Center is, how that he experiences that versus having an actual speaker there. But yeah, the speaker is broken, man. And this is I like that what he did a little troubleshooting himself, but you can tell by the fact that he was pushing on the cabinet and pushing on the driver that there's something in there that's loose. Either the cabinet, it could be as easy as the veneer,
the gasket.
The gasket.
The veneer,
the veneer could be coming loose in places, and it's vibrating against the and the fact that it's getting worse. It probably came loose during the sound. That he's experiencing, and then it's going to continue to get worse.
It was probably loose to begin with. Like these cabinets, right? The Impression Series, one of the ways they get the price down is that these are mass-produced, not terribly expensive cabinets. They finish them really nicely so they look gorgeous from the outside. But because they're this curved shape in this low-cost format, that means there's lots of laminated little thin layers. And occasionally this happens with these mass-produced thin layer cabinets. You get a little gap, a little bit of mist glue. That's all it takes. And you get this tiny little gap between a couple layers. It can be, like Tom just said, it can be between the outer layer and the veneer, right? But you get a little bit of a gap in there. It doesn't mean that these are suddenly crappy speakers. You happen to get a bum unit. That sucks.
Happens.
But RBH is a very honorable company that stands behind it. He sent it in. He talked to them. They stand behind their stuff. They'll probably just give you a new one. They're not going to fix this cabinet. They're just going to send you a new center speaker.
That's going in the garbage. There's I
have come across this before in inexpensive speakers. It's almost always the cabinet. Some little part of it came loose, especially in these curved laminated ones. A spot of mist glue is all it takes. It can happen to any company. So, that's my guess, and it seems like RBH agreed.
Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.